Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the open Great League and let's see if we can get some wins. We got an interesting team here. We got an ABA Fairy team. We have the Wiggly paired with the Diggersby and the Azumarill in the back. We're going to switch on to the Azumarill. We see the Clocksire. We're going to switch out into the Feraligatr. The Feraligatr is going to be at an advantage because of the damage the Clocksire did to the Azumarill already. Another player because used, we do grab a shield. And looks like they are going to be able to take us out here because of the pacing. Oh, we barely survived, and we're just going to switch out and save that for later. We are going to go into the Wiggly, into the Clocksire. This Clocksire is going to be able to outpace us, but we at least get them to use some energy. Now we're going to go into the Diggersby. We have to try to win this game with the 2-shield Diggersby with a potential sack in the back. Sludge Bomb gets used right there, so nice bait. We did fish out the bait. We go for the Scorching Sand. They survive it. We actually don't know what moveset they're in. Okay, there's the Earthquake, and then we see the Primate come in. So we're going to go for this Fire Punch bait. We do grab that shield. Here we have 2 shields to use. We have to use this one here, unfortunately, on the Rage Fist. Now we go for the Scorching Sand. It's not quite enough to take it out, but we're going to switch out. We try to catch a new, but unfortunately, we just get farmed down. So GG's to our opponent. Yikes, that was tough. The 2 fairies that we had just got so misaligned, we couldn't match it up against that Primate. Otherwise, obviously it would have been way better. All right, Wigglytuff versus Wiggly here. These are always tricky, which is basically hope that we can win CP or switch out if you have 2 counters for it. We do get the Icy Wind go off. Okay, our opponent is also throwing on CP tie. We get the debuff and we get the farm down. Now we see the Dripplin come in. We're going to counter swap immediately. And now we see the Gastro in the back. So they have a pretty fast move heavy team. We are going to be able to go for this potential big move, but we go for the Ice Beam. Looks like we do see them just spamming a ton of body slam at this point. So not sure if they want to shield here or not. They decided to let it go and we are able to farm down. So that's pretty good. We are going to get a shield back here. But our Azumarill is running really low, so we need to switch out of here. And we basically need to try to catch later on, I think, because unfortunately, we are not doing a lot of fast move pressure. All of our moves are going to be coming from the charge moves. They do decide to shield there because they're going to have to use that shield anyways. We decide to have them potentially throw another move, but they're trying to go for the farm down. But before that happens, we are going to switch out here. We see that they do invest some energy. Here comes another Icy Wind. That finally takes out the Azumarill, and now we have no choice but to try to win the game with the Wiggly, 1 charm, and then we have a Fire Punch ready. So that was played exactly how we wanted to win the game. Wow. Tough team with that fast move pressure, but luckily we were able to figure it out, and we were able to come out with a win with the correct sequence too. All right, next we got the Wiggly versus the Clocksire. Terrible. We gotta get out of here. We're going to the Azumarill. Luckily, we have somewhat 2 counters for the Clocksire in the back. So let's see what moveset they're running. They're running the Earthquake, Stone Edge, most likely. Here, we're gonna fire off the Play Rough against their own Azumarill. And they do have the advantage because of the misaligned switch timer and the damage. So Play Rough goes there. We're going to switch out into the Wiggly to charm as much as we can. We expect the Clocksire to come back in eventually. There goes the Play Rough, and now we see the Clocksire does decide to come back in. There's the Stone Edge that we predicted. And then we're going to come in with our Diggersby with the switch timer way misaligned at this point. We're going to be able to get to this Scorching Sand. Doesn't quite KO, no debuff. We're going to invest the shield here. We do shield the correct Earthquake, and do we get a farm down? Yes. So Diggersby with a ton of energy. Ooh, trying to take out the Mana Buzz here is going to be very tough. We are dealing some fast move pressure, but they are pretty tanky and they have the shield advantage. We're going to keep firing off these Fire Punches. Maybe after this Fire Punch, then the 50% range. Yes, finally. And now we have to try to figure out how to get this Mana Buzz out of the way. They keep spending Aerial Aces. We're going to have to tank this one as well. We're into the red, unfortunately, so we're just over farming a ton. Okay, they counter swap into the Azumarill. We're going to go into the Azumarill and fire off this Ice Beam. We do grab a shield. We already really full on the Diggersby, so we're just going to have to shield here, fire off this ice beam. Hope they shield. No, they realize the win condition. Our opponent does have a shield still, so even though we have 2 moves ready, if we had enough time, we would have been able to win this game. But unfortunately, the switch timer does come up and we lose that match right there. So I guess in hindsight, we could have gone for the farm down versus their Azumarill, and that was the only way we were going to be able to win that game. But it could have just been a simultaneous KO. All right, here we go. We got the Wiggly versus the Feraligatr. We're going to stay in and just chunk away with these charms. They have to use at least 2 Hydros just to threaten us. They finally switch out into the Cloud Star. We're going to fire off this Icy Wind before we switch out. We're going to go into our Diggersby after the debuff, and now we have the clear advantage. Earthquake gets used there, but there's debuff, and now we're going to just spam Scorching Sands. That one gets them into the 50% mark, and looks like the next one might KO, so we're just allow this one to go through. Overfarm as much as we can, going for the Scorching Sand before they get to their next move. This is going to definitely take it out from that range. And now we have a decent amount of energy for whatever comes in. Jump Up is revealed. You do have the Fire Punch. They counter swap into the Feraligatr, which allows us to farm it down. Do we want this charm damage? We decided just to let it go, and we decided to win the game with our tanks in the back. We're going to go for the Azumarill here because they're going to be forced to use a lot of energy to get to the energy ball. Here, they're going to reveal energy ball. Makes sense. And now we're going to be able to threaten this last shield. So at least we get the shields down, and we have a choice. We can shield here or let this go. It's only an arrow ace, but basically we're going to be able to get to this ice beam before they get to their move. And it looks like they decided GG's quit right on the move. So we'll play by us able to manage that backline with the Azumarill and the Diggersby. All right, next game. Let's see. Who do we find? All right, we got the Wiggly versus Carbink. Okay, this is neutral. Okay, that is terrible. Shadow Venusaur is a core breaker for the team. Our only semi answer is this Diggersby, so we decided to hope for the best. We do grab a shield back. That's nice. I guess we are feeling some good fast move pressure, so we are at least threatening KO in the next one. This Fire Punch potentially could get it low enough for a farm down. They do decide to shield. Okay, so we have to get out of there immediately. Unfortunately, they were forcing us to switch out. Even this Wiggly is just going to get farmed so much. And then we see the Carbink come back in. Not exactly sure what they have in the bag. We know they still have that Venusaur, so we're just going to try to get this Carbink as low as possible. Going for the Scorching Sand. Doesn't get the debuff, unfortunately. We're going to switch out of here. Our opponent does end up using the Moonblast. We avoid the debuff at least. Oh, wow. Double Grass. That is terrible. Now we're going to see the Jump Up in the back. We do get the Ice Beam off, but they're still quite healthy. Energy Ball here doesn't quite KO. We're trying to get to another Ice Beam, but they're going to be able to get to another move. Arrow Ace is not going to take us out, but we're going to be able to take him out with this Ice Beam. And now we're going to try to win this game here with the Diggersby. We are going to be able to get this Fire Punch off. Down goes the Venusaur. Okay. Does the Scorching Sand take it out from this range? Let's find out. It's roughly 45%. Oh, no. They're way too healthy. Unfortunately, unable to wiggle out of that situation. Man, well played by them. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.